and welcome to Anne-Marie's Workshop. My name is Anne-Marie and I like to make things with joy. All right, so if you like to make things with joy or just watch other people make things with joy, you have found the right place. Please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for coming back. Now, usually monthly, I usually have a planning video, a makes video, and other challenges and things like that. But right now, in the months of November and December, I'm working on cleanup. I have these buckets. I'll show you one. Filled with projects that I cut out but never finished. Otherwise known as WIPs, works in progress that had never been finished. So I gave myself kind of the challenge to clean up some of these things that have been hanging around that need to be made. And what I have discovered is they've been delightful. You can look at my last cleanup video, and I also have some other things online about projects I've been working on. And I found that there's a common thread amongst all these things that I didn't choose to make. There was usually some sort of hiccup with either I needed something special for the pattern. There's some little detail that keeps me from keeping on with that pattern and makes me go to another pattern. So I did not think that I would be really up against it to work on these buckets and to finish some of these projects. But each one of these have led me on a merry chase, on a merry way, but have been so worth it. Okay, so I had to, for this first one, I had to change my camera orientation to portrait because I have a gift that I plan to make for my brother and his fiance. They live in Japan, and whenever I call them this time of year, they look freezing. They look so cold. So not this Christmas, but last Christmas, I was to make them these onesies. Let me show you the pattern. This is the wrong pattern. Lord have mercy. It's this pattern. It is Burda 6065. I have not looked in the catalog to see if it was still there. Unfortunately, these cleanup projects I'm working on, they can be very old, and sometimes the pattern's very old, but I have a feeling this might be in here. It is a onesie, and I made 2 of them. Hold on. Oh, in this beautiful plush velour. It feels delightful. It has pockets, and for yuccas I put in a glitter zipper. You know I love a glitter zipper. And for my brother, I put in this industrial size zipper that I got from Temu. Right now his is a little bigger than hers because she's a little petite thing, but I thought for warmth, cuddling, and sitting around that it would not matter if if hers was oversized. Okay, so the only thing left to do with these is for me to do a little hand stitching around the neck and to stitch these knit cuffs in place on the inside, and they're ready to go. I wanted to get these finished. They had their own box, which is now finished, because I don't know how long it's going to take it to get to Japan from here in Jamaica. I'm sending it local mail, so what, the second week of November? Hopefully we'll get it by Christmas. We'll see. But hopefully by Monday, I should be at the post office. I cannot tell you how delighted I am with how these turned out. I love to make for my family in the holiday seasons loungewear, comfort wear, things that feel good. And so I'm tickled with that. Okay, so I began, and I'm kind of held up because I'm deciding on buttons, but this is another thing. I put my hand under the table and pull out a bag. and I have to make whatever it is. Because if I leave it to me, I'll sit there and decide which ones to make. We're past that. Now we need to get done by at least one bucket by December. So you just reach in, pull something out, and deal with it. Just deal with it. All right, so this is McCall's 8086. It is a shirt dress, but it kind of has a Western flair to it. It has this yoke. All right, so I had cut it out in some leftover Ankara fabric. Let me go over here. Might be easier to move it that way. I had some leftover Ankara fabric, and I thought they had a different tone to them. People always ask me how I put the combinations together. I don't know. Sometimes it just seems right to me. And anyway, so I did this. And when I was finished, because I still have to do some handwork to sew the collar stand in place and choose some buttons for this outfit, for this dress, I realized, and what did you do with the sleeves? Where are the sleeves? Well, it seems I didn't want sleeves when I cut this out, because this has been a crazy hot season, and I have been in an Ogden cami all summer. So because I can't handle any sleeves because it's just way too hot. And so I used a bias tape on the inside because it is cut high enough on the shoulder seam, on this armhole seam, that I don't have to worry about any gapping or anything like that. So just some hand stitching and choose some buttons, and this one will be done also. I really like this pattern. It was very simple. There was only a few pieces, and I think that could work really well, especially when I have leftover fabrics. That I think this is a nice casual hang out around the house, run to the store or something like outfit, especially with that not having sleeves. I think I'm going to be making a couple of these. All right, so it is Wednesday. I'm not through with the week. And I reached in, like I said, I'm deciding on buttons on this. And I reached into the bucket and I pulled out this one, Vogue 1700. I have made this before. I've looked everywhere. I don't know what I did with it. I have a feeling somebody, that I gave it to somebody, and I can't remember who, but I loved it, but I wasn't crazy about the cuff here. I think that the pattern piece that they gave me made a really large cuff. I don't know how that was supposed to work, so I ended up reimagining it and redoing it. I am in the midst of that pattern, but I had this really groovy fabric. This isn't in the pink. Isn't that interesting? I got this from Joann. There's a little bit of chenille on here, cloisonne looking, a crinkle taffeta, more chenille in bars. So I have used it to great effect on a jacket. Yeah, so this is one of my favorite jackets, and I used it on the cuffs and the neckline with the embellishment of these ribbons and such. And it just became one of my favorite fabrics to work with. Now, I did make a Catherine Tilton jacket. I made it in the green and I made it in the pink. And I don't know. It came out really, really nice. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. So I don't even think I have that to show you. I think I donated that long time ago to someone who loved it. All right. So it came in pink and it also came in green. So let me show you. This is the green with the brown. So where I am now, I am at the center top. It has a peplum, as you know. I've done the lining. I have some hand stitching to do on the neck line. And I have these fantastic sleeves. to get working on, and I modified the cuff. I had to, because the pattern that they give you, it's not going to be close on the arm and give you that look that you need. It was out to here, so it's not right. And I wrestled with it when I made it the first time, and I know I altered it this time, but this time I added some fusible interfacing to it to give it a little bit more body, and I also tapered it so that my hand can get in. There's plenty of space for that, and it's closer so that it will make the sleeve balloon where it needs to balloon, because the balloon, you know, is contingent on the sleeve bottom looking well. And then it also has a peplum at the bottom, a waistband with a place for you to run a ribbon through. So it is kind of a little waist centric, but I've worn it before and it looked pretty good. Now, my next thing I worked on this week is I found a bunch of these gift tag clips in my Christmas things when I started to put up my Christmas, because I started to put up my Christmas early so I can have fun with it and not feel stressed and pissy because nobody else cares but me. So I do it for me. So I had these little clips, and I thought this year, 2 of the trees I'm making, normally I do a big hoop tree, and I'll show you what that looks like over here. Change the theme from year to year. Sometimes it's snowmen and snow and icicles and stuff. Sometimes it's Jamaica Me Crazy. It's all things Jamaica. Sometimes it's Santas. Sometimes it's angels. Sometimes it's family with all my little family ornaments and stuff like that. But this time I decided, because my trees are getting older and they're shedding a lot of leaves, I decided to make 2 tall trees, and one I put in the revolver. That's the Jamaica tree, and I'll show you that when it's finished. And I did one on snowmen. So I decided to use, I have this much left, but I had quite a few packages, to make a garland out of pom-pom ball ribbon and those clips. And I quoted a song, "Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow." So I'll show you how it came out. So it really wasn't all that hard to make this garland. I had a leftover roll of pom-pom. I'm sure holiday time. I think I got this from Walmart, but I think you can find it anywhere, or you could just use the standard pom-pom ribbon. And I used a white chalk marker, and I wrote out the themes. I wrote out the words, the lyrics to "Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow." Now I would sing this for you, but I have a feeling that would be a copyright strike on YouTube. So the weather outside is frightful, and my dear, it's so delightful. But since there's no where, there's no place to go, let it snow. Let it let it snow. Hold on. let it snow. Now, I'm debating whether or not, since I have a few left, if I should make some commas. And it's just the English teacher in me. But I'm going to go put it on my tree and we'll look. I like it. It goes around, it tracks. All right, I think I have to turn around a few things, but I like it. Okay, guys, so that's part of my cleanup, and I'm starting to decorate. I love starting early and taking my time, and I enjoy putting away. Nothing delights me more than when I open my boxes the following year and see what care I took in putting things away. So far, I have put up my Christmas pillows in this living room. My mom had a fondness for Italian things, as well as tchotchkes and the like, as well as sherbet colors. And my Christmas has different themes and different colors. So I'm honoring her by doing the mint and the pink and the cream in here. So I haven't started to put things up in here, but I'll get on that next week. I'm continuing to work in my buckets. It's already started. People have started to drop by just to talk and to hang out or to have a drink, and I love it. The season has already begun already. So I will see you next week, or I'll see you with my Friday shows to see how far I got with those items that I have, because Friday's my report card. And I hope you're having a wonderful week. All right, remember, sew yourself happy, make yourself joyful. All right, we'll talk to you soon.